I've got my cable release handle that will pull down my lever, and I've got it set up on my Revolution. Now what I did is, instead of using the carabiner hook here, I just went ahead and I took the end of that cable, because it's got that tie off, that aluminum tie off. And so instead of using that, I just ran that through the top. What happens is your tolerances here are a little bit tighter. The Revolt, you have no material from here on, right? So this stuff with the carabiner can, I guess you could say, it kind of limits you. So what I did is, on my Revolt, if you'll notice, I put that hole right here. Here's your center. And I put my hole right next to that brace. For this one, because I'm working around this corner, right? I'm using this instead of the eye bolt. So what I did with this one is I moved it over about an inch or so, just to be on the other side of that brace. See that brace right there? So I'm just on the other side of it. So then what I did is I ran my cable through, so now I don't have that carabiner. So now look, I've got all of this space without that carabiner having to run in or make it a really tight corner right here. And then also, instead of using my anchor pouch, I just came right up here and I use this. And this is the mounting plate for your cup holder and your rod holder. And what I did is I just drilled a hole through the back side here, and it came out the front side, and that's where my handle goes. Okay, so these are all the parts you'll need for your cable and handle. This is a 3mm cable. It's coated, it's stainless steel. They come in packs of 2. They're 6.5 feet long, 6.6. You can see they come in around $10. When it comes to the handles, there's all different kinds out there. These work. They were a little thin, a little cheap, but the handle comes apart. The string, you don't use it. They come in different colors. They're around $8 or $9. Now, what I did to attach my cable is I ran my cable through the handle. Then on the back side, I just put one of these locks that you see right here, these cable locks, are like wire connectors. So you just run the wire through, and I did use a washer kind of as a bump stop, and then I put this on, and then I could clip that cover back on, and it wasn't in the way. So that's how I attached my cable through my handle, by using these right here. And they don't sell these as one. They sell them like in groups of 20, but they come in around $7, $8. So it's just a straight shot right in here. And again, easy pull. Now, I will say this, when it's deployed, in order for you to snap that the rest of the way down, it'll take a better snap. But this is just a real easy, gentle pull. All right, so this is a quick adjustment you can make, and this works for the Revolution and the Revolt. So what we were doing earlier that you saw in the video is we were bringing the cable from the top and going through a 1/8 inch hole. Well, when you run that through the top and then you run it down through your handle, that becomes a permanently fixed cable. You can't remove your trolling motor, for example. Well, for me, I remove my trolling motor constantly. So what you can do is you can drill a 5/16 hole, just push the cable in from underneath, and then just put your clip right above it, just like this. And then that way, if I'm going to go somewhere and I want to take this off, I just take the clip off, pull the cable, just run it around here, clip it here. That keeps that in place, and it's not dragging or hanging down. And this becomes now a removable situation. Okay? All right. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, now I've got this attached. This will swivel freely. Works out awesome. All right, so see, these are some of the first couple items you're going to have to purchase. This is what your lanyard is going to be tied to. Now, remember, this is going to swivel, so you're not going to take those 4 bolts and tighten it down all the way. You're going to tighten it down to where it can still swivel and move. And when you put these screws in, when they go through these nuts, you need to put some Loctite on there so that'll dry and that'll hold it in place. Okay, for those of you who may not know, this is what they call Loctite. It's a thread locker. You can buy it anywhere, Walmart, auto parts store. Now, this is the eye bolt that you're going to need to purchase. And that is going to go through that piece right there. Now, it doesn't come with a nut, so you're going to have to find a nut to go on it. Find you a stainless steel nut. And this is the cost of that plastic pole clamp right there. And then I just used one of my 5-foot shock cables, shock dock cables, as my leash that will help lower that down into the water and pull it back in. Now, if you'll notice, this only has one clip on the end, so you'll have to buy the other clip. Stows nicely there in the footwell without a problem. One thing I suggest is when you're looking for a place to tie this to, if you'll drill a hole through your rod holder right here, you can clip that off and on nice and easy without a problem. Easy on, easy off. And again, clips easy on, easy off right here. All right, let's look at this thing in action. All right, now we've got everything installed. We're going to deploy and then stow our trolling motor. So with your right hand, you just pull the handle back nice and easy. Give the head a little bump, lower it down. Grab your lanyard, just ease it down. Now, one thing that you'll notice that's different here is because we're trailered, so I can't let my trolling motor go all the way down. But you can see this 5-foot shock cable, again, plenty long enough, no problem whatsoever. Now, when you go to release and pull that lever back so you can stow it, give it a nice little snap, and that'll get it down. And then again, you just pull it back in. Make sure that when you snap that in, that handle comes all the way up. So take your shock cord, put it down here in your footwell completely out of the way. So if you have the windshield, or you're smaller, or you're physically not able to reach across, like me, I can reach up here and I can hit this all day long. Not a problem. But for those of you that can't, this is an easy fix. This is your release lever here. And then we've got your lanyard. That's going to lower your trolling motor. If you'll notice, I've got 2 holes here. The hole in the center comes just to the left of this center brace. So you want to be just on the side of this brace. And this is where your hole goes if you have the Revolt. If you have the Revolution, your hole is going to go just to the inside of this next brace right here. It's going to scoot over about 1 inch. Now, that has to do with the Revolt has no more mount material here in the way. And as a result, you have to use this eye bolt to get the right angle for that to come down. The Revolution has that big brace bar, and so you're going to scoot over this way just a little bit. The hole for your eye bolt is going to be 1 3/4 inches down from the top and 1 3/4 inches from the left side going to the right. That'll put that hole to where you can still reach in from the inside and put both nuts on there. This is the eye bolt you'll need. You can buy them anywhere. I got this one off of Amazon. It's a 5/16 diameter, and it's 4 inches long. And what I suggest is you need a second nut, and you need to have locking washers. And I would also put some thread lock on there. But let's talk about this setup. This is just like the Revolution setup. You're going to come through here. And again, this isn't real tight, but you know, it's got a little bit of play to it. You don't want it crazy tight. And again, just like on my Blue Ski, you're going to drill a hole right through here on the back side and run your finger underneath there. You've got this block that comes through there. You want to get that just in the right spot. And then you come over on this side, you put your hole through that side, and that's where your handle goes. This cable right here, it doesn't interfere with your canopy opening up. It doesn't interfere with anything. And it allows you to come through here and easily stow and deploy your trolling motor. So let's watch this in action. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our stow and our deploy. This is with our Revolt mount. Again, my handle's right here, so I'm going to reach over with my right hand, and it's a nice gentle pull, and that'll lower that lever. And then you kind of pop the head, get it to moving, grab your lanyard, and you're going to lower that down. Now, again, since we're trailered, I can't lower that all the way down, but you can see the lanyard cable, this 5-foot shock cord, dock cord, plenty long enough, no problems. It rotates and spins. Now we're going to stow it, and this is actually much easier to stow when the head's all the way down, but We'll get that cable kind of going up a little bit. Pull this handle. This time when you pull, you want to give it kind of a little snap, and that'll give that release. And then it easily comes in. Again, if you've got your windshield here, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever. You just take your cable, stow it right down there in your footwells. It's out of the way, no problem. Just a easy install. A great way to deploy this. Again, if you're a little shorter or you're not as flexible or you have this windshield in your way, this is a nice, easy way for you to create a mechanism to lower your handle. Again, you can see it just moves super nice and easy. Guys, thanks for your ideas, especially to Lenny who started all of this. I appreciate your effort, Lenny. Now again, if you have any comments or suggestions, be sure and leave them. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching One Off Outdoors. Have a blessed day.